Hey, what up, everybody in the YTVC? I don't know what's going on with StreamYard. The same thing happened yesterday where I tried to go live and it was showing like I wasn't going live, but I was, and same shit happened today. How's it going, Justin Trouble? So let me just address the elephant in the room title of the stream, saying that I'm sorry that I lied. The lie was that the live that I did last night was going to be my last live before I go to California in a couple days. Originally, that was the plan, but I went on lunch. I didn't have really much to do. And I was like, you know what? There's a couple things that I didn't talk about yesterday that I would love to go ahead and talk about. This be a mostly on um yesterday I talked about my thoughts on Keith Thurman being number one in WBC. So I won't be talking about that again. A UGC Flame, A Brown Gone One, Haplotype Zero. I won't be in LA. Um, I'm gonna be mostly in Northern California. If that changes, because I'm still gonna be watching content, just not gonna be making content or doing lives or partaking in any panels while I'm out there. So if it changes, I'll look for you, Haplo. Like I'll look for you. But as far as I know, I'm not gonna be in or around LA. Um, yeah, because my brother he lives in LA, but I doubt that I'm gonna see him. So but yeah, give me just a sec. Don't want Crawford work. I think Spence does want to fight Bud. Oh, okay. Well, we'll see. Like it's like I said, I'm not really gonna talk about that fight until it's official. Um, hey, how's it going, 1-2 kid? Yeah, I'm not gonna. I'm. I did a live where I talked about why I'm not talking about that fight. So I did it not that long ago. So if you want to hear my thoughts, just you can go check out that live. But um, but yeah, I don't really want to talk about that fight just because it looks like a repeat of what happened with AJ and Fury. Everybody's talking about this fight every day. It's an undisputed fight. I think the two undisputed fights that people want to see the most are at 147 and heavyweight. So and we all remember what happened with that, with Fury and AJ. So I just don't want to do a whole lot of talking and then the fight don't even happen. Y'all bear with me. My dog needs some water. I didn't realize I would have. If I would have known that, I would have got him water before I started this live. So y'all gonna hear some silence for like a minute or two, but I'll be right back. All right, I'm back. Sorry about that, guys. I hate when I go live and I have to like leave you guys with some silence for a little bit, but I didn't realize he didn't have no water. And he does this thing where when his water runs out, he starts flipping the bowl over. So he won't stop till I put water in there. So plus, if I was thirsty and I had to rely on somebody else to give me water, I would want them to do it sooner rather than later. So, I had to do it. But how's it going, Toby? How's it going, Jedi? And actually, and for those of y'all who don't know, because I said it earlier, the reason for the title is because I said last night's live was going to be my last live before I go to California for a couple weeks, and now I'm doing another live. So that's the lie. All right. Which at the time I thought that was gonna be the last live, but it's like I said, I went on lunch, um, and I'm here by myself, and I realized there's stuff from that I didn't talk about yesterday that I want to. So that's why I'm going live today. Did I say what up to you, Toby Bartlett? I'm not sure if I did, but what up, Toby Bartlett? Boxing Lounge. Hope you're doing well. But it's one of the things that I want to talk about real quick, and he's here, is the Jedi. I just want to give a big salute to the Jedi. I want you to know that your service here in the YTVC is appreciated. Any of y'all who don't know, um, Jedi is initially the spark that got me inspired to open my channel. So, if there wasn't the Jedi, RGM, as you know him, may not have ever created a channel. Me, I don't really talk about myself in the third person. I just did it. So, a big salute to the Jedi. I'm sad to hear the news that you're, leaving YouTube and you're saying you're never coming back to YTBC. Um, I get it. It doesn't change the fact that it saddens me to hear that. But I wanted to officially give you a salute. Much love to you, brother. I wish nothing but the best for you. I hope you get all kinds of successes. I know the last couple years been hard for a lot of different people. This whole pandemic has affected different people in different ways. It just so happened that it affected you in a very big way, and I get it. I'm not gonna try to convince you to stay because I really do think that the YTBC needs a voice like yours. But I also understand you got to do what's best for you, and if you don't feel like you're getting the appropriate amount of support, and you can't, you know, and with the situation that you're going through right now, my thoughts and prayers go to you. And I want you to know that I appreciate you and everything that you've done for this community and everything that you've done for me. We've had various heart to hearts throughout the years, when like you were literally there from the conception, for lack of a better term, of my channel, you know, and I these last couple months have been tough for me. They have. They've been real tough for me, and it seems like there's a lot of L's going on. That this community's taken a lot of L's in the last couple months. Like I've taken my own personal L, but there's the death of D Hodges that was recently discovered. Because he's been passed away for a little while, but it's confirmed now that he's gone. Um, I I happen to know that somebody else in the community is going through something big. I'm not gonna say who it is or what's going on, for their own privacy, but it's a good friend of mine, and I just feel like you leaving the community is the YTBC taking another L, and but you know it's like I said, if you are not getting, you feel like your time here has run its course, and it's more than just that. I know it also has a lot to do with what you're going through, and I just want you to know that I appreciate your service to this community, um, and what it means to this community cannot be overstated. And I just wanted to officially give you my respect. I wanted to do it last night, but I didn't have a whole lot of time either, so I'm doing it here today. So appreciate you, Jedi. Love you like a brother. Let me take a look here. Hey, how's it going, Electro Jed? Exactly, Toby. He's been a spark to many people's. Uh, and that's the thing. I know that Jedi. You got my number, so definitely. Hold on, just want to take a look here just to see if anybody else in the chat. Hey, how's it going, Popcorn Boxing? Hope you're doing well. But yeah, I mean, it saddens me. It really does. I'm really hoping that we get some W's soon. you know. But yeah, Jedi will be missed in the community. For those of y'all who don't know the Jedi, in my opinion, you're missing out. He's a guy who speaks straight from the heart. He ain't gonna tell you something unless that's how he truly feels. He's gonna be very blunt about it, and you know, I have a lot of respect for the Jedi. You know, me and him, we've done numerous different lives over the years. He considers me the co-founder of the Link, which is I consider that an honor. That the fact that he considers me co-founder of the Link, I love the Link. It was a show that I really liked in the YTBC. Um, and yeah, he's gonna be missed in this community. I'm still gonna keep in contact with him. He's still gonna keep in contact with me. And yes, Jedi, we gotta meet up one day, have a beer or something. But yeah, he's gonna be missed. Let me take a look here real quick. All right. So pretty much the rest of this live is gonna be me talking about entertainment. I I'm I had a good time talking with you guys about the mafia movies last night. I apologize because I'm also eating my lunch, but I really did enjoy that. I kind of spitball some other things in there regarding entertainment. Really, the whole conversation was sparked by the fact that um um what's his name now? Paul. um I feel bad. See, The guy from Goodfellas, the one who passed away. I just talked about how probably out of all the mafia movies, that's probably my favorite one. There's also Casino, um, Popcorn Boxing. He actually brought one up in the comment section. He brought up Carlito's Way. That is another good one. There's some really good mob movies out there, but I just want to talk about some entertainment in general. Um, One thing that I just wanted to bring up real quick, because when I say, yeah, Ray Liotta, he passed away too. I brought that up. Yes, Paul Savorno. Thank you so much. That was the one yeah, Paul Savorno passed away yesterday. We got talking about him cutting the garlic super thin so that it would melt in the pan. And apparently he also did Law and Order. That was another thing that he was known for. Only Law and Order that I'm really into is SVU. I never really got into the CSI. I tried watching the original Law and Order. It's okay, but out of all the Law and Orders, SVU is the one I like. Well, he wasn't in that one, but apparently he did Law and Order. And it's sad to hear, that he passed away. But yeah, Electro Jetty brought up Ray Liotta. Um, then there was also James Caan, who passed away too. So a lot of these guys who were like in these mafia movies are passing away. Um, and I mean, it's unfortunate, I mean, nobody lives forever. Um, Ray Liotta was a bit younger than um than Paul Savorno, so we lost him a bit sooner. Untouchables was dope, yeah. The garlic guy. Has anyone been to prison? In the chat, is it true that wise guys love much better like in the movies? Yeah, that would be interesting to know. I never been locked up. I've I've lived a life free of incarceration. I'd like to know that too, because where I live, um, we have a mafia presence here. Doesn't seem to be very prominent right now. Um, but there was a restaurant. It's not far from the Raymond James Stadium where the Buccaneers play. It's not there anymore, but there was a restaurant that used to be on the same street as the stadium, just further down, and it was owned by the mafia. Everybody knew it was owned by the mafia, and George Steinbrenner, the owner of the Yankees, when he was alive, used to go to that restaurant, and he would get like he always asked for the same waitress. I don't know what she looked like. I'm assuming she was fine because he was one of the same waitress. He would always order the same thing. It was like $12 worth of food, and he would tip her like $600. You know, that restaurant no longer exists. There's another restaurant that is not far from there. It's on a different street, but still not too far from Raymond James Stadium. That is still in operation and is owned by the mafia as well. Um, I used to live in an apartment complex right by there. And Yeah, so there is a mafia presence here. I had an uncle who used to do work for the mafia. He passed away when I was in high school though, but I do know that he used to do odd jobs for them. So we do have a mafia presence here in Central Florida. When did James Caan pass away? Ray was early 60s. James Caan passed away, I want to say like 2 weeks ago, 3 weeks ago. Once Upon a Time in America. That's another good one. Did they not pick the right kid to play Robert De Niro in Once Upon a Time in America? That kid looked just like him. Hey, how's it going, Bruce Gas? I just want to say goes. Satan wants that soul. Oh, 1 month ago, a month and a half ago. Okay. So yeah, James Caan passed away a month and a half ago. So so for the person who was asking, yeah, it was fairly recent. First it was Ray Liotta, then it was James Caan, and then Paul Savorno passed away yesterday. So I'm afraid to even throw out a name to say, oh, I hope so and so doesn't die because these guys are not young. Um, Somebody put in the chat Ray Liotta was in his early 60s, and I got three actors right off the top of my head that I know are older than that who are famous for being in mafia movies, and I'm not even gonna mention who they are because I'm afraid something's gonna happen to one of them. So sometimes things are better left unsaid. Now I'm just gonna leave it at that. But I didn't even want to really talk about mafia movie. I just want to bring up why I want to talk about entertainment because we um, got into a good little entertainment conversation last night. Um, Saturday, I actually went to Epcot and I rode the new Guardians of the Galaxy roller coaster, and that was fun. It was real fun. If you like roller coasters, you like the Guardians of the Galaxy, you'll like that ride. Um, there's 6 songs that could end up playing. I'm gonna try to remember all of them. The Conga by Gloria Stefan. Uh, September by Earth, Wind and Fire. One Way or Another by Blondie. Um, Disco Inferno. Um, Gotta Get Away by Flock of Seagulls. And I think that's all of them. There's 6 of them. If I name 6, that's all 6. So when I wrote it, it just so happened to be um, the Flock of Seagulls one, uh, which out of the whole list, that would um, that was on the better half of the spectrum. To be honest, the Congo one by Gloria Stefan, I I'm glad I didn't get that one. I don't hate that song, but the thing is, it's so hard to get. Like for those of you who don't know, you can't just go to Epcot and get in line to ride the ride. You have to go on the Disney app. You gotta get a boarding group, and the boarding group goes quick. And when I say quick, I'm talking about less than a second quick. Because Saturday, I try to get the boarding group at 7 a.m. As soon as it said 7 on my phone, I went in there. I was already in the app. I just went into where I can get into the queue. As soon as it said 7, I pressed the button. It said that all the boarding groups were full. So I tried again at 1 o'clock because they reopened the boarding groups, and I was able to get it then. But being that it's so hard to even get a boarding group, I'm so glad it wasn't the conga. Um, the flock of seagulls is Tears for Fears. Everybody wants to rule the world is the last one. That's the one I didn't mention. So that one would have been fine with me too. The one that I really wish I would have got was September by Earth, Wind and Fire because my girlfriend loved that song. Um, like for me, it would have been September, Disco Inferno, and then the one I got. So Flock of Seagulls. Really, the only I like all those songs. The only one I really didn't want to get was the conga. Hold on, let me take a look here. But uh, but yeah, the ride was cool. Like I said, if you're into the Guardians of the Galaxy, you'll like it. You know, the music is a big part of those movies, so they implemented that into the ride. I've also been on the Mission Breakout over in California. They basically took the Tower of Terror and converted it into a Guardians of the Galaxy ride that it does the same shit as the Tower of Terror. It's just instead of being Twilight Zone, it's Guardians of the Galaxy. And that one does the same thing. It has different songs that'll play. You know, the experience is not going to be exactly the same every time you get on that ride. Same thing with this one. You know, if you can manage to get a boarding group 6 times and get a different song every time, then you'll have the full experience. But I enjoyed it. Um, I'm excited about the Mike show. I'm not going to talk about that too much on this live. I talked about it in a lot of detail on yesterday's live. But um, but yeah, I'm really looking forward to that show. If I'm not mistaken, premieres on August 25th on Hulu. Uh, so so yeah, the anybody who's interested in seeing the Mike Tyson show, um, you know, you can watch it there. Mike Tyson is not happy about the show, but I mean, it is what it is. You know, he wasn't happy when they did the movie back in the '90s either. But yeah, I've been looking for new stuff to watch. For a little while there, I was watching The Office, which is not really new stuff. It's an old show, and it's a show that I've seen before, but I really like The Office. Um, you know, if I understand that show's not for everybody, but I really liked it. Let me take a look here. Hulu has been coming out with some good shows. I just finished watching The Orville, and I loved it. I haven't seen that. I have to check it out. Um, yeah, Jed, I don't know if I don't know what you have as far as Hulu's concerned, but I strongly suggest the Disney bundle. You know, the one that is Disney Plus, Hulu Plus, and it's the regular Hulu Plus with the ads, and ESPN Plus is $14 a month. I really suggest that. Like, I haven't had cable in who knows how long. I was an early adopter of the streaming services. I haven't had cable since Netflix was put on the Xbox 360. Once they did that, I cut the cord immediately, and I haven't looked back. Um, and now I have, let's see, I got Netflix, I got the Disney bundle, I got HBO Max. Um, I think that's everything that I have. And then I have other ones that are free, because there's, for those of y'all who don't know, there's actually plenty of free streaming services out there. There's Tubi, there's a new one called Freevee. Um, I recommend both of those. Pluto TV is another good one. There's, in my opinion, there's really no real reason to have cable anymore. And if you do like cable, chances are the Hulu that is live TV, which I think is $60 a month, chances are that's cheaper than any cable you can get in your area. Just saying. So even if you want to do that, the streaming is still beats it. So Disney Plus deal is a huge value. Compare that to the Zone with almost zero content for 20 a month. Just saying. Oh, you have Freevee? What if the web goes down? Well, um, popcorn. Are you talking about like what if your internet goes down, or if you're talking about what if the internet goes down? Because if your internet goes down, then yeah, it's gonna be an issue. If the internet goes down, um, your streaming services are probably gonna be the least of your worries. Um, I'm sure that the internet were to go out wide, I think it would be the Hulu account. It would be there will be much bigger issues if the internet goes down. For streaming, you can't watch TV. This is the way I see it. I don't like I when I did have cable, I was paying all this money for a bunch of shit that I didn't watch. I did literally like 3 channels that I would watch. Now I pay less money for a lot more that I watch. There's less money, but I'm getting more for my money. And I'm not gonna lie, in the beginning it was kind of rough because back when, like I said, I was an early adopter. Back when they first put Netflix on the Xbox 360, you couldn't just go into the Netflix app and watch whatever they had on the library. You used to have to sign into a computer. You had to add stuff to your watch list, and then go to your Xbox, and it will be there. Um, and over time, the app has been improved immensely. And all the other apps follow suit. And like I said, you got apps that are free. I named a couple of them. Crackle is another one, completely free. Um, and usually you have to watch ads, but if you watch regular TV, you're gonna see more ads than you're gonna see on these apps. I think the worst app when it comes to ads is probably Peacock. And even on Peacock, the free version of Peacock, because Peacock has a free, then they have a paid, and then they have a premium. And I think the premium one is just like the free one, there's ads and everything's not available. I mentioned The Office earlier. Only the first 5 seasons are available on Peacock for the free version. If you want to watch the other, I think it's 7 seasons or whatever it is, then you gotta, or no, I got that completely wrong. I forget how many seasons of The Office there is right now, but you got to pay the $5 a month. That's also Peacock is also where the Fresh, French, the Bear Show. It's not even called Fresh Prince. Bear, the serious drunk version of the Fresh Prince. Um, but yeah, $5 it unlocks all the content. Then $10 unlocks all the content, makes it ad free, and then you have the ability to download stuff so you can watch it offline. You know how a lot of these are doing. A lot of these apps are doing that now, where you can download. Which reminds me, I got to download some stuff because I'm gonna be watching stuff on the plane. I hate to call. Oh, the AMC. Yeah, everybody got. As of right now, popcorn. I am not sub to the zone. Um, I do the zone on a case by case basis. In the beginning of the zone, I was very pro the zone, and I'm still pro the zone to an extent. The thing that I did not like that the zone did is because I bought a year. I bought a year, and then the pandemic happened. Now, I mean, obviously, I would have liked to just been able to have like a free year for the inconvenience, but realistically, I didn't see that happening. I would have been cool with the zone tacking on 3 months. When my year was up, just tack on 3 months at the end. I would have been cool with that. If they could have did more than three, the more the better. But you had this period of time where there was no boxing. I paid for the year, and now I'm not getting what I paid for. So, and I get it. The Zone is not strictly a boxing platform, but they should have offered something. They didn't offer anything. They didn't do anything. I just paid for a year, and there was time where the app was useless to me. So when my year was up, I did not renew. I've done months here and there. The month is it just depends. Is there a card that I'm interested in? If there's not, I'm not gonna pay for the zone. I'm going to pay for the zone for whatever months they are giving me what I want because I already did the year thing and it bit me in the ass. Fuck the stream everything. Yeah, so but I do like the zone. I'm not gonna lie, I do like the zone. I'm not gonna act like the zone doesn't have its problems. Because it does. And when I pay for a service for a year, and I get it, you have no control over the pandemic happening, but try to do something. Refund me some of my money, tack on some free months, something. They didn't do anything. They didn't even attempt to do anything. They just took my money and too bad, so sad, you know? And it's their business. They can run it however they see fit, but it's also my money. And that affected, if they would have did something, I would have renewed another year. Um, but being that they didn't do anything, I just take a look and say, all right, is Zone worth it for this month? No? Okay. Well, maybe next month. When there's a car that I'm interested in, I will pay for 1 month of the Zone. But I will cancel it before the month is up, and I will not renew till there's another card that I'm interested in. That is how I do the Zone now. If you burn me, I'm not gonna I'm not gonna be nearly as loyal to you as I was before I got burned. I'm streaming that. So you, so you still stream? Hey, I mean, as far as I'm concerned, charging $80 for Tank versus Mario's Barrios is stealing. To me, that's robbery. So if they could do it to us, why can't we do it to them? I'm not saying everybody should stream everything. You spend your money the way that you see fit. All right. Um, I've obviously paid for DAZN in the past. Um, I'm willing to pay, but you have to be willing to give me what I want. We talked about the Disney bundle. Listen, for $14 a month, if you use 2 out of the 3 services that you get, you were saving money. So, like, there's some people who don't watch any sports, so ESPN Plus is completely useless to them. But they got kids, so Disney Plus is a great value to them. They are into Marvel themselves or Star Wars. Disney Plus is a great value to them. And then there's all this other stuff on Hulu. The Mike Tyson show. I am excited for that. I've been waiting for that for years at this point. And yeah, because Hulu is $8 a month, and Disney Plus is $7 a month. So that is $15 right there. Do I got that right? Yeah, $15 right there. So that's already more than the $14. And if you're using all three, which I heard ESPN Plus is $10 a month now, hey, it is a good deal. It's a good deal. Like, whenever ESPN Plus has boxing cards, I watch them. They don't always have them, but even when they don't, I'm still saving money because I get my money's worth out of the other 2 apps. So, and if you're really into sport, the the only way that is not worth it to you is if you're only interested in one of the 3 apps. If you're interested in 2 or more, there is no reason not to do the deal. How's it going, Philip Carl Roberts? Yep, just like they lie about their service. Yeah. Cops can't do that. Is everyone sub to Discovery Plus? Good. True crime fan. Oh yeah, I don't have Discovery Plus. Um, I watch. Where was it? Think for a little while I was watching like these constitutional audits. For those of you who don't know, all a constitutional audit is somebody going out and exercising their rights, usually the First Amendment, and seeing who they can piss off. They can be pretty interesting videos. Obviously, popcorn boxing, I think you're not in the States, so constitutional rights don't apply to you. I'm sure wherever you're at, you have your own, your government has their own thing. Here in the States, we have the Constitution. And Discovery Plus gets brought up a lot in stuff like that. And it's because of like the crime aspect. I don't have Discovery Plus. I've been contemplating like possibly getting Paramount Plus. And see, that's what I like about the whole streaming thing. Like you pick and choose what you're gonna pay for. Obviously, the more you pick, the more you're gonna spend, and it probably gets to a point where it is better just to get regular traditional cable. But for me, it works out, you know. But I don't have Discovery Plus. I'm not streaming those shows illegally either. I'm just watching stuff that like clips that are on YouTube. Um, and yeah, but anybody who's interested, some of these constitutional, First Amendment right audits are pretty funny. Um, some of the people know what they're doing. Some of the people don't know what the hell they're talking about. If anybody's interested, the best channel that I would recommend for watching is a channel called Audit the Audit. I recommend that channel because they actually break down the laws that come into play in certain interactions, and they're unbiased. Because there are other ones that exist, but they're also extremely biased. Like either the cop can do no wrong or the auditor can do no wrong. There's no in between. Whereas the audit is going to tell you what it is. If the auditor actually doesn't know what the hell they're talking about, they're going to tell you the auditor doesn't know what the hell they're talking about. And they're going to talk about the laws, and they're going to talk about the laws in that particular state, because some states have different laws than others. Um, Missouri is a stop and ID state, whereas most other states are not. So if a cop asks you for ID, it's different in Missouri. It's different than if a cop asks you for ID in Florida. So, um, in my opinion, the videos can be pretty entertaining. Um, Sometimes the cops are just completely in the wrong. One of the funniest ones I saw, it was funny, but it was messed up, is there was a welfare check that these cops were doing, and it was there was a concern for a child, so they go on this guy's door. Turns out they knocked on the wrong door, but that's not what made this shit bad. What made it bad is the cop knocks on the door, guy comes out. The cop was a white guy, and it does matter. You'll understand in a little bit. You know me, I don't care about race, but there is some some context to be taken away with the races. So the cop was white. It was two cops. It was a guy and a girl, but the guy is the one that knocked on the door. He's a white guy. His partner is also white, and the guy who, keep in mind, is the wrong door they knocked on, is a black guy. He comes out and he's like, "Can I help you guys?" And the cop was like, "Oh, can I? Uh, can your can your girlfriend come out here?" He's like, "Is that your girlfriend or your baby mama?" And the guy's like, "That's my wife." So he like totally fucked up by asking. He only if he would have said "or your wife," it probably wouldn't have been as bad. But it was like, all right, girlfriend or baby mama, which is it? So that's where the cop first fucked up. So the dude gets pissed immediately. He's like, "That's my wife," you know. And he's like, "What's this all about?" So they say it's a welfare check and all this stuff. But the guy's pissed already. He's already not in a good mood because the guy referred to his wife as either his girlfriend or baby mama. He's like, "I'm a black man. I can't. You don't think I'm gonna marry the woman I love?" So it gets worse because not only did he insult the guy, but the guy is actually military. He's a drill sergeant, in fact. So things just escalate in this conversation, and eventually the white cop tells the guy to eat a dick. And he was like, "Excuse me?" He's like, I served this country, blah, blah, blah. And the cop's like, "Well, I served too." He's like, "Well, you were probably a piece of shit. You were probably a piece of shit." It like got way out of hand. And when everything was said and done, the cops realized that they knocked on the wrong door. The cop who said that he could eat a dick came back, knocked on his door, and apologized to him, but he wasn't having it. And that cop got fired. So yeah, it it was crazy. Like how out of hand. And the thing is, it all could have been avoided if that cop would have just gave him a base level of respect. He didn't have to say any of that stuff. He could have said, you're doing a welfare check. There's, questions about the well-being of a child. Would it be okay for your spouse to come out so we could talk to both of you? That way we can figure out what we can do to make sure everything is cool here." And then I'm sure they would have figured out that it was the wrong house through the conversation. But he immediately insulted the guy in what you could assume would be what's the word I'm looking for? It's like I can't remember what they call it. It's kind of like when somebody is discriminatory or racist, but it's not. It's like they don't realize it. It's just they're a product of their surroundings. It seems like it could have been something like that, or he was legitimately just a piece of shit cop. You know. Let me take a look here. Baton races, relay races. I care about NASCAR. You have Castle Law in Florida. I don't know what that is. Does anyone sub to? Okay. Yeah, I don't know what Castle Law is. Probably not. But my takeaway from that is the world would just be a better place if everybody respected everybody. If he would have just told the guy, "If I could, is it okay for your spouse to come out and we can Because I mean, you don't know if that's a wife, girlfriend, fiance, or whatever. There's a woman sitting in there that could be his sister. You know, like you really can't assume what they are. For all you know, this guy is gay and he's just chilling with his female friend. They're in there eating chocolate, talking about how their boyfriends are pieces of shit. Who knows? So he could have said, is that woman your spouse? Or would it be okay to talk to both of you because this is we got a report of we're just trying to check the well-being of a child. A lot could have been avoided. He would still have his job if he would have handled it that way. I think what really got him in trouble though is when he told the guy to eat a dick. But yeah, if that interests you, I definitely recommend Audit the Audit because they lay everything out straight. They don't always say one side is wrong and that the other side is or that one side is right or anything. You know, 9 times out of 10, it's going to be a mixed bag. There's going to be mistakes made on both sides, and when um when you watch Audit the Audit, they don't really choose sides, and then they give a grade to everybody at the end. You know, and yeah, it's just that was content I was watching for a little while because when I say watch, a lot of it's just listening because when I'm working, a lot of times I'm just listening to content as I work. Um, but for a while, that's what I was listening to is a lot of these First Amendment audits. That one really wasn't a First Amendment audit. Like I said, a First Amendment audit is usually somebody going like they'll go into a government building and start videoing, and then they'll be like, "Oh, this is private property," and then they'll be like, "Oh, well, actually, it's public property, and I'm a taxpayer. I pay your salary. You work for me." It's like how the conversation usually goes, and yeah, or it's just it's kind of crazy. Let me see if Popcorn ever mentioned what. Hey, how's it going, Brian Harkin? I'm actually gonna end it soon. I hate two left titties. That's wrong. This is a giant feet. That's wrong as well. Yeah, I don't see him. I don't see Popcorn talking about what Castle Law is. I have to look into it. Once I know what it is, I'll probably just send mention you in a tweet, Popcorn, because I gotta end it. Um, but thanks for joining me on this live. Uh, should be the last one for real this time. All right. I know I lied to you guys last night when I said that was going to be the last live. This should be the last one until I get back from California. If it's not, I apologize in advance. But hopefully, you guys are enjoying these lives. I know that, this one was kind of out there because it was hardly any kind of boxing talk. Once again, salute to the Jedi. Thank you so much for everything you've done for this community. I wish you nothing but the best in everything that you're doing, whether it end up being dioramas or whatever you end up doing. I hope you get to do something that you have a passion for. I hope that you get to be successful at it. Successful not only monetarily, but successful where it does something for you in your soul. You know, that's what I want for you. I want for you to have peace in whatever you find that you're going to do. I want you to find joy in it. I want you to be, I want you to feel like you're at peace with whatever it is that you're doing, and of course that it is financially viable for you. That's what I want for you, the Boxing Jedi. But yeah, thank y'all, everybody. Oh, hey, how's it going, Boxing Nocturnal Thoughts? That's another channel y'all should definitely check out. By the way, he a good dude. But yeah, I'm gonna end it here. Y'all take it easy. Y'all be blessed. Peace.